We often hear that scenarios in strategic planning help to understand driving forces and uncertainties better. But it's good to see a real practical example of how to use it in strategic planning, how to use it in actual strategic scorecard. Hello, my name is Alexei Savkin. I'm CEO at BC Designer, the platform for strategic planning. And we're going to use this scorecard as an example to illustrate scenario planning. Here I have some preparation for fixed variables, for scenarios, for risk estimation. I also have scenarios on my strategy map, and I also have them on the dashboard. But let's start with the introduction of this case. The Eco Group company, the account that we're using for this video and for many other videos, is a company that creates green areas, quite big one, and it is going to acquire a company that is dedicated to vertical farms. So in this M&A deal, they created some detailed strategy with goals, objectives, metrics. We talked about this in a different video. And as a part for preparation for this M&A deal, they also did scenario analysis. So let's use it to discuss in detail how to do it. So what was the rationale in this case, in the case of this acquisition? The parent company wanted to upsell the vertical farms to the existing customers. And the success of this deal, financial success of this deal, depends a lot on the number of customers who will agree to sign up with this new deal. And these are the three scenarios that they have. The positive one, when let me note here, when more customers accept to sign up with the deal, the neutral and negative. So how to calculate the scenarios in this case? Because I see that the progress, the performance for different scenarios is different. So how it was calculated? To calculate the performance in this case, we defined the estimated costs and profits. So the company acquires this vertical farms business, and there will be certainly costs to implement and to scale this. And this is mapped in this metric, cost of training and quality control. This metric has just one current value, and it's configured as a raw data indicator, meaning that it's not generating any performance. We just use it as a container for data. That's one parameter that we will going to use. Another parameter is average profit per customer per year. So to build this model, we need two parameters. We need to know our costs. They will be the same for all scenarios. And we need to know our profit. Again, profit per customer will be the same for all scenarios. What will be changing? The number of customers who actually sign up with this offer, this will be changing. In this scenario, I see that 14 customers sign up. In this scenario, just 7. And in this scenario, we have just 3 customers. And to understand the impact of this scenario, we calculated this time to profitability. This is calculated using this formula, the total costs divided by average profit multiplied by number of existing customers who want to sign up. Yeah? And this metric is configured for minimization. I see it here, minimize value linear. The target is 2 years. Time to profitability is 2 years. So that's why here we have 100% performance, because as calculated, we are a little bit better than target. When we calculate this metric, is 1.9 years. We measure it in years here. So it's a little bit better than the target value. And here we are below the time to profitability, which is 4 years. Um, the interesting part in this formula is that uh, it's referring to this parameter. You see this way to refer to this parameter. What does it mean? It means that this formula will be looking for this indicator inside this container. So this item will be looking for this item, and this item will be looking for this item. What it gives us? It gives us that we can easily replicate these scenarios by just copy and pasting. We're not breaking formula. That's why here I can create a different scenario, imagining that just one customer decided to do it and we have data calculated. So for formulas, there are some nuances about how you can use it in the tool. In this case, I see that the formula is applied to value only to this field, and the baseline and target I have entered them manually. There is a video dedicated to the use of the formulas. I do recommend for you to check it out if you plan to use formulas actively in BC Designer. So that's a plan of scenarios, and it looks like we did uh, something that we could do in Excel spreadsheets, of course. What the difference? Well, the obvious difference is that the data managed in the platform is more consistent, more organized, it's ready to scale. But there is another benefit that it's not that obvious. Because why we do analyze the scenarios? We analyze scenarios to actually trying to understand business landscape better, and we did it in this branch in risk estimation and mitigation. And here I have an initiative: conduct interviews with clients. It's measured by the percent of customers interviewed, and I see that we interviewed within 2 months. We interviewed 80% of customers who wanted to interview. And what we have found out, we have found out that there is a challenge. There is a challenge that actually is a factor for one of these scenarios. The challenge is upfront financing. So for any company that Eco Group offered to sign up with this vertical farming contract, the main challenge was upfront financing because it's expensive. Yeah? And no one has budget for this, at least not for this year. How to manage it? Uh, this risk was identified, and one of the ways, one of the idea to manage it, it was to partner with the leasing companies, with banks, and provide some more affordable financing. So we're basically converting the large upfront payment into smaller monthly fee payments that any company can afford. So that was the idea. And we were tracking this risk, by tracking the likelihood and the impact of this risk event. And it looks like in the beginning we were in the red zone. Both the inherent and residual risks were in the red zone. But when we were talking to the clients, when Eco Group managers were explaining the deal, you see this residual risk was moving. I will change it again from February to March. It was moving, and finally we got to the green zone. That's the estimation of the risk in the context of this challenge of upfront payment. In other words, we started with these scenarios and we understood that the main factor is the percentage of clients who will agree to sign up with this new offer. And then we moved to the risk analysis and applied some risk mitigation plans. And it resulted that we increasing our chances for this positive scenario. Again, we're just planning. We're on a planning stage. If you check out the story of M&A, of this M&A we could do it on a planning stage. It's not necessary to actually acquire a company to start doing this. Yeah, we can do it. We can start interviews with clients even before the acquisition, scanning our business landscape in this way and trying to understand how we can do better. So that's the technical part. There is also a visual part. These scenarios were displayed on this strategy map. Risk estimation as well. They also on the dashboard. Some of the charts show just lean metrics, but this chart, for example, it shows different scenarios. So time to profitability is highest in the negative scenario, and in positive scenario we are doing very good. And the same risk chart, it was also visualized here. So that's how you can do scenario planning in practice. And again, what's the benefit of doing it here on the platform, not doing it in a spreadsheet? Data consistency, more serious approach to risk analysis, and the way like ISO standards suggest us to do. And the good thing that we can align this scenario planning with our strategy. In this example, you can check out in a different M&A video. In this scenario, uh, in this case, we did scenario planning inside this scorecard. But we also can create a separate scorecard for this and maintain different scenarios there. And if needed, we can always reference to specific risk, to specific scenario in our strategic planning efforts when we create strategic planning scorecards, when we create functional scorecards, we can always align our strategy to these scenarios. So that's the reason why you should do it in your strategic planning and when you implement your strategy. That's it. Should you have any questions, feel free to contact our team. And thank you for watching this video.